I am going to start you guys off with a clip. So, as many of you guys saw the video, I'm pretty sure you guys wouldn't consider it a workout. Therefore, Zumba's motto is ditch the workout and join the party. Today I'm going to introduce and compare the different styles of Zumba fitness. The definition of Zumba is an aerobic class infused with Latin moves and music. So a Huffington Post on December 19, 2012 named Zumba the #1 fitness trend of the year. Let's face it, working out can be healthy, rewarding, and beneficial. Working out can be lots of things, but it's never been known to be an exhilarating experience. The Zumba program fuses hypnotic Latin rhythms and easy-to-follow moves to create a one-of-a-kind fitness program that will blow you guys away. I've been researching this topic for about a couple of weeks now, and I've also been part of the Zumba company, as you guys saw. That was actually my class. Obviously, it was just 4 people because I couldn't have the whole class recorded. There's just like too many people there, so I just had 4 volunteers. And I teach 3 levels of Zumba. I teach Zumba Basic, which was that class, Zumba Gold, and Zumba Toning, which I'll later develop the levels and I speak about them. So Zumba's goal is pretty simple. It's they just basically want you to want to work out, to love working out, to get hooked. Zumba fanatics achieve long-term benefits while experiencing an absolute blast in 1 exciting hour of calorie-burning, body-energizing, awe-inspiring movements meant to engage and captivate. So now that I've quickly introduced you, I'm going to talk more about the founders and where it originated from and where the idea of Zumba happened. Okay. So Zumba, this is Zumba's creator. His name is Alberto Beto Perez. And he is the guy that created this program, and he's the guy that you usually see in all the commercials, DVDs, CDs, and whatnot. And he is from Cali, Colombia. He comes from a humble family. He was basically in Colombia for about 16 years, and then his dad abandoned his family, and he was left helping out his mom and debt and everything, so he decided to go out in the streets and dance, and he got inspiration from a lot of Michael Jackson videos. His favorite one is actually Thriller and Grace, and then he decided to move to Miami because he loved dance and maybe his passion, and he knew that it was going to get him somewhere in the future. So once he moved to Miami in the mid-1990s, he was an aerobic instructor, and he always had a full class regardless of his little English and dance experience. And later, Zumba at least, was created by a little accident, a happy accident as Beto likes to call it. He completely forgot his aerobics class music, so he didn't have anything else to do, so he went to his car and he pulled out his tapes, and his tapes were all like Latin, songs from Colombia and other genres. So he's like, what the heck, let me just put them on and see what happened. So he improvised, and it turned out to be amazing, and people loved it, and his class got even bigger, and then he promoted it to different gyms, and it got a lot of Then he started to join with the co-founders of Zumba. There are actually 3, and they're all named Alberto. Yeah, they're all named Alberto. So Alberto Perez is the guy that I had right here, that I had originally introduced. Then we have next to him Alberto Perlam and Alberto Achion. And they are all mutual friends, and they're all Colombian as well. And according to an ACE article in 2014, Zumba fitness has quickly grown to one of the most popular group exercise classes on the planet. In fact, the Latin dance-inspired workout is reportedly performed by more than 12 million people at 110,000 sites in 125 countries around the world. So it started off in a gym class, completely developed. So now that you know what Zumba is, I will now explain the different levels. So as you guys saw, the first class, the first video that I showed you guys was Zumba Basic. And now we have Zumba Gold. Zumba Gold is intended for seniors or for people who have some sort of condition that really can't move, or simply people who get frustrated with dance. And keep in mind that you don't need to know how to dance to be able to join Zumba, but a lot of people just want to, so I recommend Zumba Gold sometimes for them. Then we have Zumba Kids. The title pretty much says it all. Zumba Kids is for kids, and the idea came out of Beto seeing the parents' kids outside, you know, looking and following up, so he decided why not do Zumba Kids for them. Zumba Sentao. So Zumba Sentao is basically the same Zumba class except for you use a chair as a prop to help you with that. And Sentado is sitting down, and it's a slang word in Colombia, so we decided to use it as that. Then Curve Circuit is also one I teach, and it's basically a Zumba class. However, there is machines around that we rotate out. So when half the class is doing the Zumba class while another class is working out in a different machine, and we just rotate. Usually this class isn't so popular just because we actually need equipment. It's usually more in gyms. Then we have Zumba Toning. It's another one I teach as well, and it's basically just as a Zumba class. However, you just have the toning sticks. They all weigh 5 pounds each. You might think that's not much, but when you're an hour and you're shaking and everything, it's and then Zumba Step. Same thing, you just have the step. And then we have Aqua Zumba as well. I'm actually getting certified right now with that one, and it's pretty fun. It's just the same. The instructor obviously is outside and guiding the class. So now that I have explained what Zumba originated from and the different levels, I hope that you guys could consider ever going to a Zumba class, and that you don't have to have any dance experience as an instructor. We're certified to learn how to guide people, and it's pretty fun. So hopefully you did your workout and joined the party. Thank you.
Eleanor, tell us what you thought of her speech.
Before you weren't sure if you were going to see the video, someone else talked to you on your own, and I don't think you chose your own because it helps your establishing your authority on the subject, because I teach this class, I know what you're talking about, so I'd like to use your own. And it also was a good attention getter as a video. I didn't hear a clear roadmap in the beginning after the intro about what you're going to talk about. The transitions were clear, but you didn't set it up beforehand. Let's see. When you were talking about the origins of Zumba, I would have preferred that you talked less about his personal bio, and more about more emphasis on the actual Zumba movement that he was moving on. Because there's a lot of it material from when he was younger. And when you were citing sources, maybe I wasn't the one who was missing it, but the only one I heard was obviously most. Yeah, I might have missed some. Let's see. I did like when you were listing off all different types of Zumbas, because I know there's like a bajillion different ones, and having a good idea of what's available out there for other people was a good thing to have. And let's see, there was one thing that was a little bit distracting. That was you have this tendency to fade out sometimes at the end of sentences, and so it sounded like you're trying to collect your thoughts a lot. But I did like that you sounded like you had your material in your mind, because you had good eye contact. It was just that one verbal thing that kept running out. So that's what I have.
Okay. I thought the greeting was okay, and you could probably use a little bit more of an introduction for the clip, but the clip identifies the topic very easily, and apparently you were listening to me right before, because I heard that very clear statement of what your purpose was. Thank you very much for doing that. I thought it was laid out adequately. I think it could probably be a little bit more detailed, but I knew generally where you were going. It did feel in that last section a little bit like I was just getting a list of the different classes that are available without enough of an explanation as to what's different. I mean, I know, okay, so we're doing Zumba in the pool, and you say, and you're being certified for that right now. And I'm going, what does that entail? I mean, you got to know how to swim? I don't know. I don't know what a certification for that would be. Zumba kids, well, that just means that you have to be under 5'2" to be able to take the class. But they're basically doing the same thing, and if that's the only difference, then it's a little bit strange. A lot of it sounded to me like you're using marketing materials to talk about the subject, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it does mean that we're going to be left out when it comes to some other ideas like, well, I like the idea you talked about Zumba Gold being a starting point for a lot of people, because it has, it's designed for people that might have some limited mobility or something like that. So I then immediately thought, okay, so what are the examples of the things that people would do in a regular Zumba class that they wouldn't do in the Zumba Gold class? And I didn't hear anything like that. I didn't see anything like that. And like I said, it just felt a little bit like I'm just getting the checklist of well, you could sign up for this or this or this or this. We got all these options, and I wouldn't know which one to sign. Well, now I know I'd have to sign up for whatever one is good for people who aren't highly mobile and aren't highly motivated. I understand, I understood the music thing. I thought that made a lot of sense. I understand what Eleanor's talking about concerning the guy's personal history. A little background is okay. I didn't think it was distracting, but the important stuff is really how he created the activity and the program. And I thought you did have some information at the beginning of the speech that talked about Zumba as a popular activity, and it's the physical activity or exercise of the year, whatever they had that was going on, and the number of people that were participating. There was a little bit of background information like that. So I did see some citations like that. You're pretty enthusiastic about speaking about it. I didn't notice the thing that Eleanor was talking about the voice drop-off, but I do notice that a lot when people do speak. I just didn't pick it up in your situation. If you watch back, you may very well see that sort of thing. That'll be something that I'm going to point out to people on the next assignment, because that's a very typical mistake people have. They get halfway through their sentence and they say, everybody stop listening at this point, and I'll just get to the next sentence, and their voice drops off. There are all kinds of explanations for why that's the case. The visuals are fine. They primarily transition material. They don't really explain a lot, but they kind of organize the different categories that you're discussing. All right, thank you.